Gucci.
Gucci, Tucci.
Or Gucci.
Shake your booty. Okay, so welcome back. It is season 4.
Yeah.
Y'all are like, what is going on? Welcome back to season 4 of the Queen's Takeover podcast. We are your Hizzos.
Yes. I'm Sierra Pleasant. Ella Pleasant Love is one of my pages. My name is also, you probably see this all the time, Mrs. Pleasant TV. That's where you'll find me at. And then I also have Chosen to Move on Instagram as well. So find me on any of those platforms.
That part. I'm just Nikki. No, I'm just kidding.
No, she's not. And no, she's not.
I'm yours, Nikki Johnson. You can find me at Coach Nick the Overcomer on Instagram and TikTok, on Facebook as Nikki Johnson. And please hit up our Queen's Takeover podcast.
Yes.
Pages.
Pages.
We got a TikTok.
We got TikTok.
We ain't on there dancing and stuff though. Yeah, but we got a
TikTok. Not yet. Look, not yet.
Y'all want to see me break down? I think y'all do.
I think they do.
If y'all want to see me do a
waiting for it.
Little break bit. Y'all don't want it. Be careful what you ask for. You don't want that.
She'll give it to you with the heels and all. With the heels. She did that foot thing. That point foot thing you do. Baby, thigh be giving thigh.
You see shoulder?
That calf be giving calf.
Nobody give shoulder like me either. Calf do be giving calf.
It do be giving, friend. With the heel. Now part that toe.
Baby, them toes was white.
Baby.
That polish was polished.
Wasn't it?
Hi, people.
We're back in the groove. We're back in the groove of things. Summer has went by super fast.
What?
Like super fast. I was like, wait, we got to start a new season coming up. What we doing?
What?
The summer went by fast. We had a lot of things happen in our summer that we would love to share with all of you guys. So I hope you all are tapping in. Please share, like, comment, send this everywhere. We're so thankful that you have come to enjoy this ride with us. This season is going to be full of surprises. Literally, figuratively.
Y'all ready for your first surprise? I'm pregnant. You could have went along with it. Obviously, you're lying. She can't commit no crimes with me.
I was like,
she gonna be like, Yana, we did it.
I just got a thought. I was like,
we did it. Nikki was driving. God, no. The look on her face was surprised. What the what?
What the what?
No, Nikki's not pregnant. Yes, she is. She's pregnant with a dream.
A big dream.
Pregnant with possibility.
A big one.
She's pregnant with the ambition. And
big time.
Okay, let's move on.
She ain't pregnant.
How was y'all summer? Okay. How was y'all summer? We just started yesterday. Summer was fast.
Summer was fast. And fall is approaching. Like, in what, 2 weeks?
No, fall starts on the
21st,
2nd,
3rd, 2nd, 4th.
And that's next week.
Oh, yeah.
Today, we're recording this on the 15th of September.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thankfully, our summer wasn't. We live in Texas. So it was hot, but it wasn't like, oh my God, I'm dying. So I'm so thankful, God. Thank you for holding up the sun a little bit because we were able to breathe a little bit. And these hurricanes, thank you for not doing the most. Not doing the most, and do not come with nothing extra in September. We appreciate it.
Yo, that's right. Because now, did y'all have your lights out? Were y'all without power?
Yeah, we were.
So some of you may not know. I'm sorry.
You're good.
My voice. She know why.
You're good.
Some of y'all may not know. During the summer, Houston and a lot of other cities here in Texas lost power for days. My brother's family was with the generator for almost an entire week. Yeah. What about y'all?
I think we had the first storm. It was a storm. We got the winds, and then the second one was a hurricane, and we didn't have electricity for 2.5, 3 days.
And when I talked to you, we heading to your auntie's house.
For some storm, for some air conditioning, and then
she said no, it was about the air. Forget I couldn't see nothing. That was hot.
It was hot. It was very hot. And then we went to Then we went back home, but then our electricity went out again, and we were out for a day. Yeah, it went out for a day and a half, and then it came back on. and stayed on.
I thought you still at your auntie's house from the first. It was twice. Disrespectful.
Yeah, that time Will was like, I can't do it.
Disrespectful.
He was like, I can't do it. So we went back to my aunt's house. Yeah, thank you, Auntie, for inviting us in because it was
shout out.
Yeah, it was hot.
Aunt Teresa.
Yeah, Teresa.
Big ups, Auntie.
Yeah, it was hot. It was hot. Yep. So
my
we enjoyed ourselves. Yeah. So thankfully everything is okay. We had some fence damage, and shout out to everybody in Houston who is going through because it was
the damage was damaging.
It was damaging, and the electricity around the city, like people didn't have electricity for like 2 or 3 weeks.
There were hundreds of thousands of people without electricity, some for close to a month. It was a long time. Can y'all imagine not having electricity for 24 hours, let alone you throwing away food because it's spoiling? You can't cook. And anybody that lives in Texas, especially South Texas, put something in the comments. Can y'all imagine not having air?
It was like
our summer was not brutal.
It wasn't brutal
like summers past.
Yeah.
But when it was hot, we were knocking past 100-something degrees in the morning. And would last, I can't even say all night. It just went down to 99. That was when it cooled off. At night.
At night. That's when you got a little break at night.
Listen, the days we had 89-degree weather, it felt like a cool snap. It felt like a cool snap. Tell the truth. It did. It was giving. Is that 89? It's a cool snap.
Like I don't have to. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I can just okay, we good. We got the Africa. We good.
Baby. Let Britney Spears say, "Oh, baby."
Oh,
yes,
baby.
I'm glad y'all are good. Did you have to throw away food and stuff?
No, because thankfully we kept our refrigerators closed.
Okay.
So we like closed it and they just kept things, and we got ice and we put the ice in there and they kept everything cold. Yeah.
Are you ready to jump into these topics?
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
First one is yours. Having fun as a Christian.
Oh yes, having fun as a Christian. So I wanted to talk about like balancing living, having fun and enjoying yourself, and the box I think we put ourselves in as Christians, or that culture or society would say, you shouldn't be doing this, you can't do that, you can't do this. And so I wanted to talk about that and the struggle between finding a balance between being a Christian but also having fun. And when I say fun is relative depending on who you are. So I wanted to ask you that question because when we first, like our first time hanging out together, we went out to a Mexican restaurant. We were enjoying ourselves, having fun. Karaoke nights. And Nikki looked at me and she goes, "Oh, wait, I can get a..." And I said, "Girl, do you have fun? Let's enjoy ourselves."
What it was is I was wondering, would it offend you?
That's what you said. That's what you said. And I was like, no, Marguerite, be good. So how do you find balance? Because you've been in so many different arenas that I haven't, to be able to juggle enjoying yourself and having fun and still standing on business. Principles.
The best way for me to find balance is to make sure that I'm not displeasing God.
Gotcha.
But I don't want to what is that on my lip?
What is that?
I think it was not little. Wow. That's gonna be a great blooper. So
your silence was everything.
Man. So she say little bit.
Did she say little bit? I did.
Because my lips ain't aching, but okay.
It's not. They ain't dry, they lubricating.
I mean.
Very.
Giving. Wait, that.
Giving.
So, but I don't want to cause anybody like to fall or do something that would offend somebody. There's a difference between doing something that could offend you and cause me to lose what's called a witness versus you just don't like it, so you judgmental and you own me because you don't like my color lipstick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That just because you convicted of not wearing red lipstick don't mean that I can not wear it.
Right.
But if I'm going to be around a different culture that doesn't eat pork, I'm not going to invite them over to have a hog roast.
Period.
That's dumb.
Right.
Just because I have freedom in eating it,
right.
Don't mean that I'm, that's just wrong.
Right.
So that's one way for me finding balance. Another way is sometimes I'll ask. So this particular time she's talking about, she has never been around me when I've had alcohol.
Right.
And I was gonna have some type of margarita. It was delicious.
It was delicious.
And I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to offend her by having it because it wasn't mandatory that I have a margarita, but I wanted one because you don't eat Mexican food without a margarita.
Yeah.
I'm not
I agree.
Not advertising. I'm just saying. Not promoting.
It go well together.
I'm saying
It
with
go
the
well
guacamole
and the chips.
and the queso.
Chips and salsa and queso.
It gives queso.
Yeah. It's like
it's a beverage. I mean, aren't they married?
They are.
You don't separate the couples.
I'm just saying.
That's a couple.
I ain't mad about it.
I don't break up marriages.
Okay, next. I don't break up marriages. I love it. I don't break up marriages.
I believe in reconciliation. So I wanted to make sure that it wasn't offensive because he had only seen me in certain between this chair and this blanket. Because he only seen me in certain capacities. So she looked at me and was like, girl, do you? And I just wanted to make sure that wasn't going to be offensive. And now all of a sudden, anything I say can't be trusted because I have some margarita.
Right.
About you?
I agree. For me, I find what you said was so important. And when you asked, I didn't think of anything because I'm like, I find it.
The look on your face said everything, though. He was like,
what are you talking about? I was like, get your margarita. Do what you gotta do.
Do you,
boo? Like, but I do understand, and that's one thing that I think as believers, we have to be more cognizant of our actions and not be so readily to just do things and be more condescending and just have a reverence about, let me get my environment. Where am I? Am I amongst people where I can, have fun and have safe fun? Because other fun, there's a whole nother different level. Whole other different level. Whole other different level of fun. But yeah, I enjoy myself. I have safe spaces where I can enjoy myself. And then of course, if you are partaking in the beverages, just don't get drunk. Right? Just don't get drunk. And I was gonna ask you a question on top of this question. Like, what if you drink a drink, but you didn't realize it was really that strong? And it's strong. And then you're like, oh, okay, what do I do now?
First, I want to say something off what you just said. My freedom shouldn't offend.
Ooh.
My freedom, that's the motto.
Ooh.
My freedom shouldn't offend. Secondly, that's such a good question. Prime example. That's my time.
And you got another? That's why
sometimes we have these restaurants and you order something, you don't know who hand back the heavy.
Yeah, they do.
They're making those mixed drinks. Mixed drinks. They was a little heavy. So that's why, to be honest, I'm only gonna do that in safe spaces around people that I trust.
Right.
Because if we're laughing, having a good time, and eating deliciousness, and we are really just enjoying ourselves, I don't know that thing that snuck up on me. I pray that I'm with people that got my back, my purse, my cell phone, and my keys, and they're not gonna let nothing happen to me.
Right.
But also that you won't judge because you know me.
Right.
Just because you see me drunk or I had too much or that drink was a little bit too strong, got me leaning. Doesn't mean I don't love Jesus.
Right.
It doesn't mean that. You understand what I'm saying? So I would like to believe that I'm always with people that I can trust in safe spaces and with safe people. What about you?
I was gonna say, because the prime example, my tie I had that to eat, and I was like, "Ooh, she did say it was," and I said, "Okay, would it be wise for me to stop after this?" It is wise that I stop after this, because anything outside of that, I would have been a slush. You don't need to be a slush. That is like Christ. It is not.
It's giving fish.
It's giving fish. You swimming. So stop. And some people, I have some friends and family members who don't drink at all because just a little bit makes them feel, woo, everybody can't take it. So it's respectable. They're not judging anybody. They're not saying, oh, them people over there do that type of thing. It's just their choice to not partake. And if they do partake, it's very minimal. because they know for themselves, and that's the important thing, is knowing yourself. If you know yourself, you know where certain things you shouldn't do, and certain environments you shouldn't be in, that could make you fall short. Sin, if you want to put it as sin. So you just want to make sure that you are being mindful of yourself and what you're able to handle.
Yeah, and live your life, have fun.
Yeah.
I am not saying go out there and go live debauchery at its finest,
Right.
but live your life. Some people got a conviction biblically or spiritually that's not my conviction. Some people will not touch them spirits, as they call alcohol. They're not going to touch it.
No.
That's not my conviction.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't make my conviction yours. Now we all should have basic foundational convictions. Thou shalt not murder.
Right.
Thou shalt not kill.
Right.
That's a basic conviction.
Right.
I'm not gonna go out there and kill nobody because I feel like I got the freedom, because I can ask God to forgive me later.
Right.
Come on now.
Right.
But I'm not going to beat anybody down for, because you overindulged on the dessert table, you overindulged in the drink. I'm gonna make sure you straight.
Right.
Because when you get to acting like your function's not functioning, baby, you walking sideways. Come on. Did you read that right? Because that's upside down. Like you drink a little bit too much.
Right.
That's different. But
Right.
no,
Right.
my freedom shouldn't offend, but I should also not offend you for living your life and having fun.
Right.
And I think too many of us Christians live some uptight lives, a bit boring, in my opinion only. This might not be boring to you, but if then you coming down on everybody else because they just came home from Jamaica or from Vegas. I'm gonna say this real quick. Stop beating people down for going to Vegas. I went to Vegas. I was not tempted by the Sin City. I was not tempted.
I wasn't.
I mean, I seen bodies and parts and all kind of stuff.
Things.
I mean, if you are weak in that area, don't go where the temptation is gonna be there and plentiful.
Right.
Don't do that.
Right.
But I wasn't weak in that area. Anyway,
Oh.
I digress. People,
you be people in.
I'm gonna say it.
I know you are.
I'm people in.
You be people in. Yeah. For sure.
What are y'all thoughts?
Yeah.
Tell us in the comments.
Please do.
How do you have fun as a Christian? What is your definition
of fun?
Of having fun? And do you think you fall into the category of a convictor? Like you convict people because they are doing things that you're convicted of and you feel like they should not do either.
Yeah. And then convicting people leads to you sometimes judging them, and unrighteously judging them because you think you're righteous. You're overly judging them because they're not either partaking or doing the things you're doing. We were just talking about alcohol because that was one of the things, but it could be anything. And I'm glad you had said that. I'm glad you said that. It could be anything that you are doing or overindulging in, and you're like, hey, and you check with yourself, check with your environment. But yeah, love on people. If you got questions, ask questions. If you don't know, ask. Always ask.
That part.
Yeah. So we're gonna change the subjects bit. Well. Look, well.
Hi, Mr. Sharp.
Oh.
Mr. Shannon.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So, people, if you don't know, Mr. Shannon Sharp of Club Shay Shay's podcast is going a little viral over the last few days. Apparently, he says he accidentally went live on IG while he was indulging in some adult activities. And so IG Live was running while he was, while he was having a good time indulging in these activities.
The wording.
Once he was notified, bro, you're on live right now. We can hear you. He later on went on to his other podcast with Ocho Cinco and said, okay, what had happened was I got home, I threw my keys down, threw my phone on the bed, and somehow it went to IG Live and I was indulging in some stuff. But I got some commentary on that after I asked you, what have been y'all thoughts since you heard it? saw his interviews.
Saw the interview.
And I did forget to say it was just audio.
Yeah.
It wasn't visual.
Visual, yeah. Yeah,
it wasn't visual. Sonera.
Sonera. She changed my name this weekend.
It did.
It's Sierra, but she been Sonera. It is it's nasty. It's giving messy draws. It's giving.
Oh, not messy.
Yeah, it's giving your business out there. It's giving. Oh, wow. Like, God dog it. You should have just left it alone. You should have left that thing where it was. You should have left it where it was. Oh.
Where is it?
You should have left it. Why did
you?
My friend said, why did he just put his phone on the nightstand? Like, why did you not? Like, why? That's what nightstands are for. You know what?
Put it in the kitchen on your island.
Yeah, on your island somewhere. Why did you bring it to the bedroom? On the
in my bedroom.
I stood there, and it was he partaked in it. He did, and
he partook.
Yeah, the cleanup though. This cleanup, the cleanup crew of all this, they not doing such a good job. In my opinion, because
he's the only cleanup crew.
Because it was him, right? But then everybody else is trying to say, "Well, this is what it was, and this is what it was." I'm like, "Ooh, it's messy. It's giving messy.
What you call it, messy draws?
Messy draws. It's giving messy draws.
Underwear.
I know he worried about his coins though. Worried about his coin. I would be. I would be. I'm like, I need to fix it. I need to do something. So I don't know. I hope he clears it up. And it's like more things are coming out about it. Please in the chat. Tell us what y'all think, because it's giving a lot. She about to say something because she got that rock. Ooh.
Oh, I did start the rock. On a whole try home, my muse.
She about to say something real good.
Family, go ahead.
Yeah, so messy draws. They gotta clean it up. They need to clean it up because it's giving. I don't know what you gonna do. I don't know how. How you gonna make it happen?
Baby.
How
Shannon is making
make
mad money off of this.
I know.
Please don't make no mistake. The only coin I think he worried about is maybe those deals he has with networks, because he does sports commentary. Right. But even in that, he went in and he smushed it enough to be like, y'all know, okay, I'm a grown man. So like, you can't be faulting me for getting my groove on. It was an accident. I don't think he's in danger of losing his NFL contracts. But I'm gonna say this: the money this man makes off of Club Shay Shay podcast, if he lost the contract, he's gonna be straight. But I honestly think this was done. Hi Shay Shay, intentionally. I'm gonna tell you why.
I wasn't ready for that.
You can hear the audio, but you can see the floor.
Oh.
So I want y'all to just answer this question for me down in the comments. If I throw my phone on the bed, because I didn't hear him say it fell off the bed. I didn't hear that. But if it had fallen off the bed and onto the floor, if it lands on his back, you see ceiling. If it lands on his face, it's black screen. So he said it was on. I should have been an investigator.
Yeah, because I didn't even go that far.
Let me tell you,
that she was rocking. She had more to say than I did. I wasn't even thinking about all that.
My mind goes places on everything. I'm very analytical. I think about a lot. But anyway, if it had landed on the bed, like he said, unless he was scrolling on Instagram before he put the phone on his bed, and happened to be on a particular screen, because you don't just like pop on Instagram. You got to be on it. You got to scroll over to it.
Yeah.
You got to tap, and then you have to tap go live.
Yeah, you do.
Your bed motion do all that. They did all that for you. But what I can't get past is you can see the floor. So did your phone, like when it landed on the bed, it slid across, and on the camera part was hanging off the bed? Example,
like leaning.
This is the bed, and the phone goes skip. It stops here. So the camera's pointing down to the floor. Because otherwise, how is it on your bed, but I can see your floor? Clearly, I can see the floor. Unless that's ceiling. But that I've never seen a ceiling that's that color. It was brown, they floor brown. So, number 2, now that's my theory. The theory that's out there is some people are saying that he did it to debunk the theory and the rumors about him batting for the same team.
The same team.
I mean that respectfully. I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
So that was kind, and then some people feel like it was a ploy to get more eyes on the podcast. Like, so any of my theories.
But I did feel that it was a part of a publicity. Yeah, okay. I did think that. But you went into the investigative mode. I didn't go that far.
Pink Panther.
I wasn't ready for that. Okay, you have enlightened me.
Call me Gold Panther.
But baby, she be Gold
Panther. You hear me?
Not Goldfinger, but Gold
Panther.
Mm-hmm. Not okay. Can I not Panther? Gold.
Yeah, because if you say cougar, then
yeah. That's why I stopped myself. That's why I stopped myself. Okay.
We digress.
Yeah. You went in that thing. I didn't go that far. I just I was like, he did it for attention, more attention. He got bored. He needed some eyes on him. More eyes, some more followers, some others, some this and some
more
that.
Money. I wouldn't trip if he came out with a contract for, play toy fun stuff. All right.
Ooh, you were in that thing. You was thinking, friend. You was thinking hard. I wasn't thinking that hard. God bless America. God bless America.
Stand beside her.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts down in the comments?
Comments. Like, share, follow, all that good stuff. Please.
Yeah.
Where we going? You want to go?
You want to say the grieving? You want to do it now and get it out the way? You want to save for last? Let's go ahead.
You want to get it in?
Put
it in the middle. And we're going for it.
Middle.
It's the middle. Let's go for it. So, this year has been challenging on a whole nother level for both of us. Mine earlier part of this year, and hers recently within the last 2 months. And so we're going to talk about our transition in grief and grieving. Look, I see how we switched the game real quick, didn't we? We switched it fast. Because it has been for me, I'm gonna talk about me. My uncle passed earlier this well, it was end of last year, right before Christmas. And so it was very sudden, unexpected. And so for me, it was really difficult. I thought I had processed until I didn't know I didn't process. And so I had to, this whole year, really all the way up until about August or late July, I was grieving and I didn't know it. And I'm a therapist and I didn't know it. I just thought I was just being strong. But I was grieving, and it has been very, very challenging for me. It's an eye opener because as a therapist on the other side, I see people go through grief. And I can point it out, but it was me experiencing. I was like, oh wow, I am experiencing this. So I had to learn a lot this year about myself, about my heart, about overcoming so many different things in the midst of grief. I want to say I'm on a better side of it, but this year was hard. It was really, very hard. And so I wanted to talk about this because we both are going through transitions at the same time, which makes this podcast even more richer, I would say, because it's another level of conversation that we can have to help us heal and help us grow. And hopefully it helps you grow too. So, yeah.
I love the way you did that.
I tried.
You did really good.
Thanks.
I love what you said, and that you came in touch with the fact that you said, I thought I was grieving,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess I was just being strong.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people mistake grieving as weakness.
Mm-hmm.
It's the lin again. The liniment.
It's coming from here.
It's the liniment
It's a
and
softness.
from my hair.
Is it? Okay.
It-
Oh, look, it's not. Come back.
People think that if they grieve, they're being weak. If they cry, they're being weak. People make statements like, you have to be strong. Don't cry. You got to be strong for so and so, which is a lie. Showing emotions and feelings and grieving is strength, but it's healthy. It is one of the healthiest ways to grieve. Granted, everybody doesn't grieve by crying.
Right.
Everybody grieves in their own way.
Right.
We just look at grieving as you should be crying.
Right.
You should be sad. You should be almost inconsolable. But if you are in a place where you find triggers and you're crying, memories come up and you're crying, you were doing good 23 hours of the day, hour 24 you broke down, all that's okay. All that is okay. But I'm glad that you got in tune with, I wasn't grieving. I wasn't grieving. And sometimes you just keep living. We work, we keep doing whatever, and we're taking care of everyone else who is grieving and everyone else who is showing outwardly symptoms of sorrow.
Right.
We take care of them.
Right.
And we think, okay, I'm being strong for them. I got to stay strong for them. And then your body tells you at some point, you're not taking care of me because I ain't grieved yet.
Right.
And your body will tell you.
Yeah.
Your body will tell you.
Yeah.
And what happens is if you never come in touch with that, you start doing other things to cope. People start drinking more. They start smoking, variety of things. Some people go have a whole bunch of sex, so they don't have to think about it. And then there are other ways that people used to cope. So what did you do when you came in touch with, I'm not grieving, I'm just being strong? What did you do to help yourself?
I let myself break. I cried a lot. I cried a lot, but thankfully I have people who I feel safe around, and I was able to tell them, is this what grief? Is this what it like? Ask questions, but then also tell them how I feel, and so I did a lot of that throughout the month, and then when I look back, I said, oh. I was going through, and that was like the epiphany of like, oh, I've been going through. It's not I've went through. I've been going through, and still going through it. And certain things, certain smells, certain cars, because my uncle loved to work on cars. If I see a car that looks like his, I almost have to take a deep breath because it's like that moment, right? And so I did a lot of that. I have be proud of me. Hadn't told you yet. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay.
I started journaling.
Breaking news.
I started journaling.
Oh,
I cannot. I cannot.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. And it's actually it's different. I used to journal when I was a kid, but as I've gotten older, the time, like, where do you find the time? I said, if I don't take care of myself, I can't. I always tell my patients, if you can't take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, you won't be able to take care of yourself physically.
Thanks.
Yeah. And so I started to, I start my day off with it now. And it sometimes it's long, sometimes it's short. And you know what? When I don't do it, I miss it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I know certain things like my gym routine. I'm getting back into. I missed that thing. I'm trying to get back to it. But it's like slow motion, you know. And that's another thing. I stopped doing what I loved in that process. I love to work out. I love doing different things. But I stopped and I picked up the fork more than I picked up the weights. And yeah, that
y'all hear that? Mic drop. She picked up the fork
more than I picked up the weights.
Ooh.
Like the weights.
You were picking up the fork because you had picked up the weights. The weights of grief you weren't letting go of.
Not that way.
No, but I'm just saying.
Oh, I got you.
You can also look at it that way
too.
All of the stuff that you were not letting go of, you were carrying. Those are weights.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And so
I
you
pick up different weights.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying. I got you. Yep. Sure did. So it yeah. So now I'm turning that around back, little by little, and I'm not in a race. That's one thing I told myself, is that I am not going to race through my grief, because it's only going to harm me, and I don't want to bleed out on other people on the process. So I'm giving myself the time that I need to fully grieve, where I can find joy again. I will also say that talking to someone who has been through it before, but also has spiritual guidance that can speak life into you, that's biblical, made a big difference for me. And one thing she said was, she goes, "We should be happy when someone leaves us." And I said, "Wait a minute, run it back." I said, "I understand why, because especially if they have accepted Jesus in their life, they're in heaven. They up there having a party and a celebration while we still down here, you know." And to be honest, that thought got me through the funeral, got me through that whole day and weekend without having a full breakdown. But that thought or that memory did not carry me through this time. And so I had to go back to the word of God to remind me of where he is, which is in heaven. How beautiful is heaven? How selfish of me. And that's why I was like, how selfish of me to think that I'd rather him here than up there. But of course, human. I want him here, right? I want him here. So it's is it the dichotomy or the paradigm, whatever way you want to look at it, of I miss him, but I'm so thankful he's having fun in heaven for me. That's where I'm at this point. And just remembering how beautiful heaven is and all the wonderful things. And the only way to know that is if you read the word of God and understand what is heaven? What is it? And so for me, that gave me some solace to be more in contentment. But I still miss them. We are selfish in natures. We're human. It is what it is. So, but yeah. So
I don't think that's selfish. I don't look at that as selfish. No, because that's somebody that you love and you miss.
Yeah.
You love and you miss them.
Yeah.
How could that be selfish? I think that's selfless. If you didn't give a blank,
Blank. Okay.
that's selfish.
Okay.
Excuse me. Or if he was on life support and he been on it for a minute and the Lord himself has told you, take him off.
Oh yeah.
I'm not.
Oh yeah.
That's selfish.
That is selfish. You're
But it's
right.
also disobedient, but it's selfish.
It is given.
Yeah.
It's given it.
But I love that you have all those revelations for yourself and you chose to do what was best for you, and that's to let it go. You use the term breakdown. I've used that before too. But when you were talking, I got the revelation of why can't it just be a needed release? You know, a breakdown would actually be more like you did more than just release and cry. You went out there, grabbed the gun, and just went off.
Bonkers. I got
you. Had a whole mental breakdown.
Yeah.
But when you just get to the point where your body says, I got to release this, that's a good thing. And maybe if we look at it differently, we won't see breaking down as a bad thing.
I got you.
I know in our culture, you kind of talk about somebody had a break. I knew you was going to eventually break down. On top of some other things people would say.
Right.
Yeah, maybe we should just change how we look at that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you had it.
Thank you. It was a process.
Yeah.
It's a process. How are you doing?
I am still healing and still actively grieving. I have moments when I can look at my baby's pictures. For those who do not know, my promise Nicole had to excuse me. I had to let her go ahead and take her rest on July the 25th. My baby developed cancer so quickly, and it took her so quickly. The thing is, it was the buildup to her passing away. She was sick all day, every day, horribly sick, and we didn't know what was wrong. Like nobody could tell us what was wrong with her. The way that she lost weight and just the rapid decline. So there was no catching my breath before the time came to make the decision to put her to sleep. I had no time to catch my breath on it. So it was like I couldn't even grieve what she was going through. Like if you ever had a loved one, I don't care if it's a dog, that was my baby.
Yeah.
If you ever had a loved one that was sick, like extremely sick, and you couldn't fix it or do anything, next thing you know, they're dead. There was no process time.
Mm-mm.
There was no process time. We
No.
were supposed to get together in
Yeah.
July.
Yeah.
Actually, you, myself, and Nicole.
Yeah.
I said I'm not leaving for the month of July
Yeah.
because she was so sick. I was afraid if I left, something would happen to her while I was gone. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, her birthday was on July 4th. She died on July 25th. So I am so actively grieving. And some moments it just is excruciating. It hurts so bad that she filled my house. She was in every part, her personality, things that she liked, where she liked to be. She was always with me, always following me. I'll say this: God told me this time, allow yourself to grieve. Because in times past, something would happen, something traumatic, somebody would pass, whatever. I may cry a moment, but then I still got to keep going. That really wasn't what it was. I didn't want to feel. I didn't want to feel. And I didn't want to deal with my emotions. This time he wouldn't let me do it.
Yeah.
And he used my oldest son to say it to me after I had heard it over and over. He said, Mama, this time, allow yourself to grieve over Promise Nicole. Because we know how much you loved her.
Wow.
And that stuck with me. You know, my baby sister is here.
Mhm.
Y'all can't see on camera, but she's here. She had a moment the other day and she started singing this song. And I knew I didn't want that song to become a trigger song for me.
Oh yeah.
That's why I
yeah,
said,
yeah.
please don't sing that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember.
Please don't
Yeah.
sing that one.
Yeah.
So you have to know
Mhm.
your own boundaries and limitations and still free other people to grieve. Because you were like, but that's her grieving. And I'm like, yeah, but not
But
that
that's
song.
what
Because when y'all leave, I'm gonna be by myself.
Right,
And when
right,
that song
right,
comes up,
right.
yeah, I didn't want that to be a trigger song. So anyway,
right, right.
how do y'all handle grief?
Yeah.
How do y'all handle grief?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be just death. Sometimes you grieve relationships ending.
Facts.
You grieve relationships ending. You grieve what you wanted to happen not happening.
Yes, yes.
You lose a job.
Yes.
So how do y'all handle grief?
And on top of that, I was gonna say, hey, people say you said your son said what give yourself the opportunity to grieve. What does grieving well look like? And for each person, I think that's different.
Yeah.
I think that is different. Only you can know if it's healthy for you, but do you know what's healthy for you?
Mhm.
So like you said, knowing what is like maybe a trigger or what may be not as healthy, or having a safe place. I would say having a safe place is so important, because in safe spaces, let me say that, safe spaces where you're able to feel. And sometimes I will say this too: if it wasn't for this podcast and being exposed the way I am being exposed, I don't think I would have allowed myself to grieve, to be honest.
Why?
Because I've always held on to this strong persona. Majority of my life, I'm the oldest grandchild. So, it comes with the persona of who I have been, but who I have been is not who God is making me to be and who I'm becoming. So I have
Being
to,
a black woman too.
yeah, and also being
Being a
a black
black
woman.
woman
That's
too.
facts,
Yeah.
facts, yeah. So I was like, I had to I told myself, if you want to be better, if you want to continue to become, you have to allow the evolution that was like last year. But I have to allow myself to grieve in whatever way that is okay with
What that
me.
looks like.
Whatever that looks like, do that. As long as it's healthy, you're not harming yourself, you're not harming anybody. Do that, and find a place where you can say, I'm okay, and be really okay. Not okay in a sense of I don't want to talk about it no more.
Right.
Really, really say that
Right.
you are okay.
And say when you're not
And
okay.
say when and it's
It's okay
to
not to
say.
be.
High five
It's
up
okay not to be okay. It's
Yes.
okay not, and it's
Yeah.
okay to tell people I am not okay.
Yeah.
And if you tell somebody and they don't hear, they don't respond,
Mhm.
they don't act like they care, tell somebody else.
Yep.
Tell somebody else. It's okay
Yeah.
to be
It's
okay.
okay to be okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay.
it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's challenging, but you'll grow through it. Um and grow. GROW. You'll grow through it.
Yeah.
Just know that. There's another side.
And it's normal.
Yeah.
Your uncle was your uncle since you've been born.
Yeah.
You know, I had promised that she was 6 weeks old. She was 13 when she died. Like, you can have something for a year and it still hurt.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to feel. That's the main thing. That would be my thing. Is allow yourself to feel. What does it feel like? Right now, I feel like laughing because I had a memory of something that she used to do all the time. Or in the next moment, I feel like crying because I missed those moments.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes maybe God, I'm angry. I'm frustrated. Tell God what it is. Do it in a healthy way. Don't take it out on the world. Do not, y'all know my motto, do not bleed on people that did not cut you, but allow yourself to feel. And one of the best things for me is to take everything to God. I take everything to Him.
She does.
Especially if it's like I'm pissed off or I'm so angry, I gotta take it to Him.
She does.
I gotta take it to Him. And if it's one of those things where He knows I need a human interaction or a human response, the right person will call, come by.
Yeah.
I had amazing friends that came to see me. Amazing people that call me all the time. It'll be the right person in the right moment with the right word. It may not even be a word for what you're dealing with. Maybe they're calling to make you laugh and you didn't know you needed to. Maybe you were starting to make yourself a hermit and they're going to pull you up out of that. And you know it's what you were doing. Okay, here to talk about it.
Yes.
Talk about it. Was you hermationing?
Was I hermationing? No.
Good.
No, it wasn't hermit, no.
But people will hermation.
I can't even say the word hermit.
Because I made it up.
I know, but I can't even say it.
People will become hermits and they want to. And there's a healthy, alone, solace time. Jesus did those as well.
Yeah.
But there are other unhealthy ones where you have secluded yourself over a long extended period. And you don't want to be bothered or talk to people because you no longer want to feel. You no longer want to have to deal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. But we're changing gears.
How's your family dealing? That's what I want to know. How's your family handling it?
I think everyone is dealing with it on their own, in a way, but we're all leaning on one another at the same time, if that makes sense. We're all, this is our first, not first, it's not our first. That's a lie. In our immediate family, let me say it that way, it's a first. But in the mass things of things, last year alone, we lost, I want to say 4 or 5 family members last year, and he was the last one going into this year.
Yeah.
And so it was just like the weight of it. I think the weight of all of the year is still waiting on us. But talking to one another, I think being more verbal has really helped us all because, like sometimes you don't want to touch when someone's hurting, but sometimes when you just ask a question or say, "Are you really okay?" that made a big difference. And asking questions, because I didn't know, to be honest, I didn't know some of my family members were still grieving like I was. At the times of the year I was grieving that way,
Yeah.
and that probably still are. So yeah, just keep in touch with one another, but they're doing okay.
And it's okay if you don't know how to help somebody who's grieving. But I would say if they are your loved one or your friend, even a coworker, extend, and I'm thinking about you.
Yeah.
Extend a, are you okay?
Yeah.
Extend a, do you need anything? You might not know anything else to say. That might be all you need to say.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the whole entire therapeutic speech. They don't need all that. It's just that somebody's thinking, even if they say, "No, I'm good," they will know in the back of their mind that somebody reached out and somebody cared. I have another area of grieving. I'm grieving my hair loss.
Oh, I didn't even talk about mine.
Well, no, can I?
Yeah, got you. I got you.
That's about what I'm doing.
I got you. Do you? Do you?
I've been talking to you, I think, since May about it. I started a new medication, and it was like light at first, like okay, that's a little extra.
Little shade.
Then it was like long pieces, short pieces. I don't have bald spots, but I got long pieces, short pieces. Hence me wearing braids and a protective style right now. But I had to grieve that because we get attached to stuff. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being attached to my hair. It's part of me. But And I was telling very close people, I'm going to shave my head. And they were like, you better not do it. So I said I would give this regrowth of my hair becoming healthy again and growing a chance. My sister and I have been talking about it. And she calls me one day. We just chatting away. She like, guess what? And hence the sexy. As you say, I want to rub it. I've been wanting to rub it.
I know. All weekend. You know right here now.
It's the sexiness of it. It is. Can you share? And the reason why I believe the Holy Spirit allowed me to bring that vulnerability into this moment is it's a lot of us going through these secret things or these things inwardly and personally we don't talk about. You see people on the outside and smiling, you don't know. And then sometimes just your brave move to do you and be you help somebody else in other areas. But can we, in the comments, give some homage and homage to the sexy? Okay. You know how I feel about it. I love it. And I know y'all are dropping love. Stop some hearts and some crowns down in the comment. How do you feel about it?
It has been a 4-year journey, if you will. Hair is part of your identity. You know what I mean? And I never really had long hair and thick hair. It was always thin and soft.
Come on, soft and thin.
Yeah. So I always was like, it just wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't given. So over the years, I've cut it off, let it grow out more, cut it off, and so I love my wigs. You will see them; they still will come back because it's part of who I am. Period.
Me too.
Difference. Bada bing, bada boo. But this daring, if you want to call it, move to chop it all off.
It's bold and it's you and confident.
I'm wearing it, ain't I? It is. And hey. But I'm enjoying the experience. I will say, she was like, I remember you saying, he's like, Sierra, you sent me. I'm not saying. I just sent it to you. See, I just sent it to you. But oh, look at this. And she sent me a picture of a woman with a bald head. And what she didn't know is that several people before that had told me the same thing. And I was like, okay, God, are you trying to set me up? Are you trying to set me up?
Not to set up.
Not to set up. But then I also had a dream too of a beautiful woman, and she was bald headed, and I was like, was that me? So I was just like, okay. So when I did it, that's a freedom. I don't know if I can say that. I was like, oh, I can go swimming now. I ain't gotta worry about any time of the year.
You can get up later because you ain't gotta take time for your hair.
Come on. So yeah, it's been an experience. I enjoy the bald. I enjoy it. If I ever decide to do what I want to do with my hair, because it's on my head, I can do that. That's my business. That's my business. You do what you want to do. So, and I schooled this big old bald head. So I'm enjoying it. I hope you like it. If you don't, I don't care. That's all.
That's your business.
I don't care. But yeah, so I'm enjoying it though. I have learned. Thank you, husband, for teaching me how to shave. Actually, my husband was the first one to cut my hair.
I know you told me.
Yeah.
Big up.
Yeah. When I decided, he was the one to cut it, and my friend gave him all the pumps. just support her. So I thank you all for your support and your kindness. But yeah, thank you.
Shout out to the friend that told him that.
Yeah. She Carla. I'll go ahead.
I knew it was Carla.
It was Carla. I wanted to make sure. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's experience, and he likes it because he's like,
that was my next question.
He loves it. And the head massages. Oh my God!
I'm sure.
Oh my God!
I'm sure.
Oh my God!
I bet the
I just want to look at you.
I bet they have. Next topic. Shout out to you, William. The next topic. let's go ahead and hit the vengeance, and I'm gonna save the wedding one for our last one.
You wanna do that?
Yeah.
Wanna do that? Okay. So, I wanted to ask this question. I've watched a couple of different reels, and they're talking about vengeance and get you back.
Let me tell my sister, she been finally got about the bed. She will be on camera. So go ahead, not right now. Not right now. Calm your nerves. Go ahead.
But what was I gonna say?
You watch a bunch of reels.
Reels about vengeance or getting somebody back who got you. And so my question is, have you ever got somebody that got you? Have you? And then if you have, how did it work out for you? How did it work out for you?
How did it work out for you?
Go ahead.
Honestly.
Yeah, it's you. It's all you.
So, okay, I have never sat and planned and had a blueprint like that woman on that commercial with that bank, or how I'm gonna get somebody back. But in some relationships, I've been married. In some love romantic relationships, oh, that's what we're doing. Watch how I keep this same energy. And it worked out for me because I felt great in my flesh. I rewarded myself. I felt great in my flesh. I rewarded myself. High five me. Hey. Now afterwards, they felt bad because I made them feel bad. How they made me feel. But guess who felt bad? Because I had to go to the Lord and say, I was wrong for that. Because the Holy Spirit, like, for real.
For real.
That's what we're doing.
You tapped it in. Tapped it in.
But I will say this. I almost said I believe in giving people the same energy. That ain't what I want to say. That ain't what I want to say. That ain't what I need to say. But what I have done, and it is a bit unfortunate. I love you, kings. I love y'all. I'm looking at all the cameras. I love y'all, kings. Sometimes, y'all can do some stuff and some things, and y'all don't be listening. Y'all be doing stuff, and it be hurting. And I done told you. So you for you to finally get the message, I do the same thing you do, and then when you like, yo, man, okay, so that's what I've been telling you. That's why I don't want you to do it to me. That ain't right. Don't nobody do that. I'm not prescribing that. That's not coming from Dr. Nick.
No, I like it.
But I have.
But I digress.
It felt great.
But I digress.
But it wouldn't.
It would.
Sometimes. You talk.
Okay.
But I keep going.
Okay.
They gonna look at me differently after this. My mama gonna call me, but go ahead. What about you? I'm gonna say mine after. I'm gonna say mine after.
I'm gonna ask you this other question.
Oh.
Why are we supposed to turn the other cheek? Why?
Because the Lord said it. Oh, you want the other answer? I
want the other.
That was real quick Christian. That was Sunday school. For little kids. That's for little kids. That's why I got the right answer. Give me a lollipop.
It's giving lollipop.
It gave lollipop. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. It gave me gold. Mama got a gold sticker today. And a stamp with a happy face. And it's red. I almost covered up my mic. Real talk, you shouldn't do it because what you gonna gain from it besides a good feeling? Mm-hmm. If I really want you to learn, or excuse me, if the Lord really wants you to learn something out of this, or something great can come out of a situation, it won't come by me doing a vengeance get back. Mm-hmm. It's gonna feel great. It's gonna feel wonderful. I think I'm emphasizing that a lot because it does. Wonderful. But I'm not gonna lie, it feels great. But what's it gonna accomplish? Right. And especially sitting down plotting and planning. Let me tell you something. Man. Somebody that claim they like you and somebody that don't like you become best friends. Because both of them or one of them know all your business. And they're trying to plot and plan how to take what they know. So, yeah. So it takes a lot of energy to be vengeful. A lot of work. I ain't got that time. I like to love. A lot of work. I like to love. A lot of work. It takes a lot. A lot of work. Even in the relationships I was mentioning, I had to show you by acting like you. That's a lot of energy. A lot. And it ain't the good kind. It's nice. Yeah.
Have continuously told this person.
Speak up.
What if you have continuously told the person, try to explain to the person, they just don't get what they're doing or have done?
Mm-hmm.
what would you do?
That's a good question. That's a real good
Is that
question.
one of those you show them better than you can tell them? I'm gonna let the Lord fight my battles is where my answer's supposed to be right now, right?
Right. But you're right.
Go ahead.
Right. But you also have your own feelings towards everything.
Yeah.
So it makes it hard for you not to want to fight your own battles. It makes it really, really difficult. Killing with kindness, is that what they say? Is it killing with kindness? Is that the saying?
That ain't in the Bible, but that's what they say.
Okay, killing with kindness.
That ain't no scripture.
It's not scripture.
That ain't Psalm 3 or 4.
It is not.
But that's what they say.
But that's what you say. But what
is that what you say?
That's what I'm about to say.
You are?
I'm about to say.
Honest.
In a different way though. If you kill it with kindness, and it might look different for each person. it might look different for each person. You said what you said multiple times, and there's no change in the behavior or the action.
Right.
So that means that either you have to accept that they're not going to change, or you you accept that they're not going to change because they haven't changed.
Right.
So that means you have to do what's best for you, and whatever that is. She about to give you a whole scripture. Oh God, here you go.
So
here it is.
It's a couple of answers to that question.
Okay,
Because somebody
I tried. I tried.
No, it was great.
She got it.
What else do you do? So, but I want to hear this.
QT family's clapping because somebody else is asking. Yes, thank you for asking that. By the way, that's my baby sister, Latriva. Hey, boo, hey.
My whole name.
Whole name.
Whole name.
I represent you.
No feeling on the last.
But I have to raise you, girl.
Oh,
so we're recording, and all this is staying in there.
Oh, so
that's okay.
Okay.
So, one of y'all made the statement. You asked the question: is it one of those "let the Lord fight my battle" type thing? It just mine says, "Lord." Here is. I know we have a hard time with it because we feel like the Lord moving slow.
Yeah.
I got a firecracker in me. I need to go on and light so I can light them up. Here is the thing: if you let the Lord do it, not only will He direct you along the way, because there will be parts you have to play. Sometimes your part is to, I need you to discipline yourself not to respond for a whole week. I can't say nothing.
That's what I was trying to say.
So what you're saying is, off of that text, I can't even say. So because He has an ultimate plan. Even the person that is hurting you the most, God has an ultimate plan for them. And sometimes the part that you play in their life may not be a role you want to play because you're so hurt and so broken and so dead. You better speak. You better. I'm all in your face. You better say it. You better go. I'm sorry. I got so okay. She better. Let's go. I was trying to say it, but you said it. Come on, keep going. I'm glad I got arms on this chair because the way she pushed me, I was gonna be on the chair. I ain't gonna pick you up. I'm here. Football style. Football season. I was about to get you. I was about to. She went from being very pretty. I was ready. And this dressing ensemble. I was ready. What team are you on? Jesus. So Jesus. It's the Jesus. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. That's my dude. I love him. Okay. So the role that you have to play in that, you might not want to be an active participant, but your role is very vital. Because as much as we know God loves us, even though that person hurt you, God loves them just as much. He died for them too. So He wants to show them grace. He wants to teach them. He wants to change them. And you got to be open to the Lord to hear what your instructions are in this. Sometimes He may tell you, you have to go for your safety. There are women that are in abuse, and men too, in abusive, physically abusive relationships. God ain't told you to go stay in them. I don't believe He wants you to have your life in danger every single day. You fearing it. So He may tell you when to leave. He might tell you exactly what day and what time. Pack your bag. And in some relationships, He may tell you this scripture right here. Because baby, when He told me this, I was mad at Him. I was mad at God. I was married. It is 1 Peter 3. and 1. Wives, in the same way, submit yourselves to your own husbands, so that if any of them do not believe the word, they may be won over without words by the behavior of their wives. When they see the purity and reverence of your lives, your beauty should not come from outward adornment, blah, 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 blah. And it goes on. There's another part of a scripture that says, when you're doing good, you're heaping coals on their head. So does that mean be abused? That's not what that means. Let me break that down. If I'm in a marriage and it's just that, it's just horrible. And I'm asking God for change to release me, whatever it is I'm asking God for. My role is not to go and do all the get back, all the revenge. That ain't my role. My role is to listen. And I promise you, and it may not come quick, so that's where you're gonna lose your patience. But he's gonna give you step-by-step direction what to do. And when he does it, it don't mean you won't be in pain. It don't mean you won't cry. But there's a different type of peace and different type of cry and a different type of weight. Because now you have his yoke on you. And the yoke may be heavy because you got to do this, or I don't want to do this, but it won't be the weight that you was carrying, which is worse. Because we'll get our fingers in it, and you'll take what was going to be some good spaghetti and make it horrible because you put your own stuff off in it.
And that's there.
We can't see it on the camera. We good. So those would be my thoughts. Y'all, what are your thoughts? You heard the question. What are your thoughts on
What's your thoughts?
our question, or your thoughts on what we said?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on what we said? And we're going to move on to the next topic. Or you want to process it?
I'm still processing it. Both of y'all's answers were my answers. And as I process it, because what else do you do?
Yeah.
But sit back in the cut and wait. I say on the Lord, or wait, I say on that person. Pray about it. Fast about it. Continue to go to the Lord about it.
Yep.
And then just ask for steps to be guided. And this could be we're not even just talking about relationships, but everybody in your life is a relationship.
It is.
That's good. That's true.
So you, at some point, if you feel like you need to separate yourself from that person, if it's getting unhealthy,
right?
If it just seems like it's continuing or not getting any better, or my mind is stayed on what you've been doing. Sometimes that's the thing. Sometimes my mind is just not being able to process and let go.
Let it go.
Yeah, and I might need that time to, Yeah. But yeah, y'all's answers were what it is.
I think I'll round it off with this, and then we got one more topic. Just remember, I got all cameras in me. Just remember, you have done wrong more than one time in your life.
Amen.
You're not always doing right. You're not always happy. You're not always pleasant. And the same way you are constantly being forgiven and you ask for forgiveness and you want to be forgiven, you have to be the same way. Forgiveness don't mean keep taking it. Forgiveness means to understand with as much compassion as you can muster up that you are a human, which means you've had human experiences that may have caused some roots to grow up in you that cause you to do some things that I might not like, that maybe hurt me, and I may have to separate for a minute or whatever because I can't keep allowing me to be hurt.
Right.
But I forgive you and I let it go because in your right mind, you wouldn't be doing it.
Right.
As we would say, in your right mind.
Right.
If you hadn't had this happen, if you were healed completely, you might not be doing that to me.
Right.
So I'm going to forgive you
Right.
because I want God to forgive me. And he always does.
But you do wait, I say, on the Lord, because he definitely has been patient and graceful with me.
Because God will let you know, like you told Abraham to separate himself from Lot. Yeah. You'll know. He'll tell you. Yeah. We just got to be patient and listen to the Lord because we be wanting to go on and get some answers right now. Speaking of couples and relationships, y'all need to hear this one. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. A couple invites some people to their wedding. When you accept the invite, you accept it knowing that you're gonna be paying. I said paying $450.
Is this just to go to the wedding?
The purpose of it is for this.
Oh,
they've already paid for everything, and weddings aren't cheap. So if they paid for the food, the music, the venue, and all the things at a cost of almost $100,000, you can't chip in $450 to help them out. The other
I'm sorry.
The other reason is the guy says y'all supposed to be family and friends. Why not help us out if you're gonna attend anyway? You're gonna be partaking in all the things. And lastly, you paid thousands of dollars to attend a Beyonce or Usher concert and you support them. Why you can't support me, you my people? So this comes because a man was angry at all of the what is it? When you decline. All of the declinings, the declinations. I'm about to make up another word.
You was trying the invitations? RSVPs.
Yeah.
The declinations.
Where you went with that?
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Everybody that was declining the RSVP, they were saying they were declining because I'm not paying you $450, and he was angry. He was like, if we're inviting you, it's because we love you. And he was saying, so if you love us, why y'all can't chip in? You're gonna enjoy
all the things. My thought is, as a person who has been married and through a big wedding, and it was a lot of money, it was expensive. You want that wedding like that? That's what you want.
Well, we could have had McDonald's.
We could have had McDonald's.
You chose to go get the chef.
You chose.
You wanted lamb chops.
You wanted all that.
You wanted prime rib.
Question is, why did you want all that?
For us. For us.
So you can flat and blow and do all the stuff. $100 grand? $100 grand? That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
You're going to save a whole country. What is you doing?
She said go feed the babies. Y'all couldn't go sponsor some kids.
Right. Ew.
And put water in the wells in their village.
It's not their responsibility to pay for something that you want because you want a son. No. No, it's not my responsibility. Yeah, that's your wedding. I had a wedding and it was very nice, but people have to pay to come enjoy the experience that I wanted them to experience. You're wanting people to come to experience something about your love between you and that person. They don't have to pay into that. No. So you decide, and if they decline, they can't afford it. That's what you want to do.
What if they do submit and sew into your wedding, and y'all call the wedding off?
Well, you send my money back.
Or some of your checks to these vendors bounce, and them people don't show with the lambs and the prime rib, and now we got some KFC. Am I getting some of that back? What if y'all divorce in a month? Like, it's a lot. I got questions.
It's a lot of questions because what if you don't get the amount of, because you have to think about how many people you have to invite to pay that off, right? And what if all those people don't show up? So then what you gonna do?
Which, truth be told, people will RSVP all day and not come.
It's fact.
Oh wait, you got the other side. People will RSVP and bring extra folks. Oh, that's why people talking about you hungry, because we saw these prime lamb and some scripts on the skewer.
Okay. No. Then the ladder, like I'm half Nigerian. You know how expensive Nigerian weddings are? You have 2 or 3 of them, or 2 or 4 of them.
I want to go to one. I've been wanting to go to the African.
It's very lavish.
I'm gonna leave full. I'm gonna be full. I might find a man. I might find a man for some, because they like dickums. They like some dick.
You just might.
They like dickums.
You just might.
I went to a wedding and came back with a husband. What y'all say down in the comments? Look. So I do wedding coordination. That was a fancy way of saying I'm a wedding coordinator. I do events. I did that one over there as wedding. And I had to tell her so many times that the thing is that the celebration and the reception is not for the couple. Neither is the wedding. That's for all the people you invite.
Right.
Because you're not going to see none of these flowers.
No.
You better hope you taste the food because you're going to be hugging, taking pictures. You got to do the first dance. You got to get the thing off your leg. The girl. It's a lot. And you not even know what happened till you go back and watch the footage or look at the pictures. So you're doing all of these extravagant things for people. If you don't invite who's really supposed to be a witness, and these witnesses technically are supposed to be your accountability partners. You ain't supposed to be inviting your teacher from 2nd grade because she taught you how not to eat glue.
Period. No, we're not doing that.
You know, if she's still in your life and she's
actively in your life,
I can see her coming with us because she's more accountable for how I am with my husband. I don't need to invite you just to show you how cute I am. I don't need to invite you because I really didn't like you, but you be talking about me, so I need to show you how I floss. Like, we invite people for stupid reasons. You're going to spend $100,000 for people you really don't like and who are not going to be there to support you and your wife.
No.
Y'all going through something, they're going to be talking about you. I ain't got time. I got my own problems.
No.
So stop inviting everybody and their mama to your wedding. You can have a beautiful, beautiful wedding reception on a budget. You want to ask me because I can tell you.
Yeah.
But I would rather you do this. Nikki, I love you so much and I want you to come to my wedding. We got a budget. It's a little tight. Can you in any way contribute?
I'd rather that.
Ask me what you need. Or instead of going to go hire Chef Nell or Chef Kiki or whatever, Nikki, you make the bomb cakes.
Yes. Yes.
Could I get you to make us some cakes?
Yes.
Now, that tells me you appreciate my gift. I can use it.
Right.
For $450, baby.
No.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot. For what, 3-4 hours? And I gotta buy an outfit?
Oh my God.
And I have to buy my ticket?
Yeah, to get there. That's what I was gonna say. Is it a destination wedding? Did they say that?
He didn't say all that.
Oh.
I don't care if the wedding was down the street from my house. I still got my own expenses to come to your wedding. And I gotta get you a gift.
Supposedly.
Am I taking on some to-go plates?
Supposedly.
I will all that chops. Oh, whatever gifts y'all don't like, give me something.
Do I get a to-go bag?
That's what I'm saying.
Do I get a gift? Because y'all getting gifts too, right? If it's $450, you have to be giving gifts. Luxurious
And
gifts.
probably not, because that's more money they're gonna spend.
Okay, well.
You're not gonna do that.
It's all about them. And that couple who decided to do that, it's all about them. So y'all go do y'all.
Let's have a party
with a few friends who can afford it.
Let's have a party when you come back.
Yeah.
At my house, we'll have game night.
Yeah. My stuff was beautiful. I spent nowhere near that. My sister knew how to do it, and my dress was gorgeous, and it was like $200.
I don't think it was $200.
It was $175.
Yeah, I'm saying we had. Have y'all enjoyed today's episode? We back.
It was awesome.
We back. Season 4. We are back. So this is our. Y'all are wondering why we're not live, and it's not Tuesday.
Yeah.
This is our pre-premiere to season 4.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow night we are going to be live. And we cannot wait to hear your thoughts and your comments. What have y'all been doing this summer?
Yeah.
All the things. We're going to talk about a lot. So I want to talk to you about my weight gain. We want to talk to y'all about a whole bunch of stuff. y'all ain't look y'all like y'all ain't saying nigga look juicy. Nigga look a little extra juicy. Well, yeah. So yeah, we are back with the realness. Yeah. We know it's going to be an amazing season because yesterday was real, wasn't it? Jeez. It was a lot.
Jeez. You type in the live, you might hear about it. You might. If you type in the live. Yeah. So come back tomorrow.
Good time.
At 7 p.m. Sunshine. Check us out. Please comment, like. But before we go, we gotta make sure one thing. And I forgot to bring the prop, but I'll have it on the live.
Okay.
It's the crown.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't let it drag. Don't drop it and stomp on it and then try to pick. Don't do that. Pick it up slightly, put it on your head, and wear it proudly.
Dust it off a little bit.
Yes.
Put it on your head.
Put it on your head. Walk proudly. We love you. We thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.
Bye, peoples. I should have rapped. I ain't rapped for them in the minute.
But get it alive.
I won't.
Get it alive. In the live.
Why all your rap beats always start off with the wiki?
Live.
We're going to end this. Love y'all. Bye.